Game Genies is an explicit podcast, so leave your children alone. Wait,
Right.
no, don't leave them alone.
Swear during the
I understand that. Well, I think the is not that swearing because people say on TV all the time.
You know, I'll just bleep it.
Don't fucking bleep it. Sorry. Don't leave your children alone. I said that. Don't leave them alone. That's dangerous. Leave them. Don't put them on. Don't let them watch the cat.
Ryan, I have to bleep all this.
God.
Welcome to Game Genies. My name is Fred. I'm joined
In person for the very first time.
for the very first time.
On the cast, not in life. With me, Ryan.
Right. And
We have a special guest today, my brother Brandon.
Hello, everyone.
welcome, Brandon.
You're here. You're in Austin.
I made it
Welcome.
with 2 hours of sleep and lots of time spent on transportation.
Did you have any funny stories coming from the airport?
I pretty much just kept to myself the whole time, and I zombied my way all the way over here.
Okay, that works.
And then I came here, and then we drank a lot of beer.
You talking about the lady that was trying to give you a little whoop up, little
Did I talk about that?
a little handy?
That might have been a dream
Oh, I thought she really tried to do that.
or a nightmare.
Well, you said that she was of the elderly age, so maybe she was looking for some fun in the sun.
Maybe. It felt like she had a rubber glove on her hand, but it was too big for her hand. It was like an extra large size.
Okay, well that's fine. What size? Okay, so we'll just leave it at that then.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a little special episode today. First, I guess we'll talk about top of the tops, but we only got two topics.
Top of the tops.
So let's go ahead and run it through. Run the fucking little beebly boo boo.
All right.
Ba da ba.
Here we go.
Great.
All right. You want to give us the top of the tops? Lead the way.
Yeah. So top of the tops. First, we're gonna. The reason Brandon's here because he is very knowledgeable when it comes to tabletop games. So we're gonna discuss some up and coming tabletop games.
Yeah,
it's a part of the culture that we're speaking to.
Absolutely. This is something that I felt like we should have been talking about, or at least have mentioned.
Motherfucker, I had mentioned it, and you're like, no, we're not doing it. We're not talking about it.
That's a lie. You son of a bitch.
That's fine. I had seen, oh, sorry. Maybe I just assumed you didn't want to talk about it.
Maybe you assumed. Because here's the thing. You mentioned that you guys were into this sort of thing. You have a group that does this. And I hear about people playing board games all the time. It's almost like vinyl in that from maybe a wide perspective, most people think that it's not as prominent, but I think in general, it's bigger than people think that it is.
Yeah, if you really dig into like board games that are coming out, especially like expos like PAX and things like that, there's a whole section of it. And most people think board games, they think of like the typical games they played as kids, like Monopoly and Risk and things like that.
Go for it. Connect 4.
Connect 4, that's a good one.
Remember Crossfire?
Crossfire.
Crossfire.
Remember Omega Virus?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have that game. That game's worth a couple hundred on the eBays. Anyway, but yeah, so it's really, there's a ton of games out there. A lot of people know like the Settlers of Catan and things like that have sort of become more popular. A lot of those are from like Germany that they got started.
Yep.
But recently I've been playing actually a video game inspired board game, Fallout.
Crossfire.
They need to come out with a Crossfire version of the Fallout board
with
game.
like the singer of the Darkness doing the fucking.
They just need to re-release Crossfire.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like with the age of reboots, why they have not rebooted Crossfire?
Yeah. Well, so we'll get into what you want to discuss. This is still top of the tops, motherfuckers.
So sorry, I thought you were talking about it already.
I know. The whole point of this was yes, it is something prominent. We need to be discussing from time to time. From this time to the other time
at the end of the episode,
and then another time
and then
in the future
times,
from the
times.
times in the past.
Yeah.
PAX, which we went to PAX South. You want to possibly try to come down for PAX South?
I
next
would
year.
love to come down.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to come.
Or is it up? No, it's down.
For PAX South. Okay. God damn it.
Didn't need to happen.
Didn't need to happen at all. but a big part of PAX, which I didn't realize, was board games. Like, it's half video game entertainment and then half board game
and that's what I was getting at. So if you look at like the mainstream gaming, quote unquote gaming culture, you're mostly looking at video games. But if you go under the surface and you actually show up to conventions and things like that, or you even just go to places where people are playing games, they're also playing board games just as much, if not more. And in fact, in New York, where I'm living right now, I go to something at NYU. It's, people are always playtesting games and things. And the half of the room is board games. People are coming up with new things all the time. And it's interesting to me that, I kind of think to myself, oh, why aren't these people working on video games? But like, then I catch myself and I go, well,
you're a fucking asshole.
Video games aren't the only thing, like people are interested.
There is pornographic, stuff. I'm just always going back to the porn, but I feel like it's the only other $1 billion entertainment industry in the world. So pornography, video games, and tabletop games all in this.
Tabletop games are $1 billion industry?
We'll keep it in the millions. Sorry, Brandon. We're going to keep it in the millions.
Did you just say that porn and video games are the only $2 billion entertainment industries? Are you familiar
there's
with
movies. There's some things called
industry?
movies. I forget about it. Porn, it has movies.
Well, theater's been a little lacking. But we're not
pornographic theaters?
We're not a film podcast.
Exactly. So we're not going to talk about porn. Stop fucking making me bring it up, Fred.
Sorry I made you do that.
I accept your apology.
Thank you.
So there's that. We're going to discuss some tabletop stuff.
Yeah.
But then the big part of this episode, the big chunk, because we're done with E3.
You're not body shaming the podcast, are you?
God damn it with the big shit. No.
It's a big chunk, but we're not.
It's a big chunk, but we're not body shaming the fucking cast.
Thank
I don't
you.
give a shit.
I appreciate that.
If they want to be big, go at it. People, that is. Not the fucking, fat people.
The podcast.
I'm fat. I'm a fucking fat dude. Okay, probably not by some standards, but, try to live it. God, what the fuck? The main thing I want to talk about with this podcast is our upbringing on video games, and that's going to be a big part of it.
We thought today
would be good, because we're face-to-face. Yeah. I'm staring you in your beautiful eyes.
Yeah, my perfect teeth.
Your teeth are not fucking perfect, Fred.
now that we're face-to-face, you can see
Now
it.
I understand that, yes. You're wearing your old man golf hat. I love it.
I'm ready to make a hole in 5.
Is that good? Brandon?
It's probably fine. Is that
Can you do some research? Is a hole in 5 good? Brandon's our on the laptop guy. He's our dude in the van if we're doing the heist.
Brandon,
for today,
a.k.a. Jamie.
What's a hole in 5?
A hole in 5?
Yeah, give me the golf reference.
Well, it depends on the hole you're doing it on.
I don't know anything about fucking golf.
So you automatically know more than us about
if
golf.
It's a par 3, it's a double bogey. If it's a par 4, it's a bogey. If it's a par 5, then it's just a fucking par.
So I get a hole in 5. Is that good?
If it's a par 5, you're good.
He got a hole in 5. Good job, Fred. I'm giving you air 5
Air 5. Even though
you got a bogey, man.
Fuck it. We're actually here.
I don't want to high. There we are. You almost knocked the fucking everything over. All right. Video games growing up. We want to talk about video games and our upbringing on said games.
What we're going to try and do is we're going to leave out the most current consoles because, we talk about those things all the time. We're going to start with NES because that was our generation. To be completely honest, I did touch the Coleco at one point or another.
Whoa! Who are you touching?
The ColecoVision. It was an Atari generation console. But what we really started with was NES.
Correct.
Genesis, SNES, PS1, and so forth. So that's what we're really going to focus on today.
I think we should go up through 360, PlayStation 3, because that was like the end of my college. I want to go through my college years, which would be your...
We can, because that's actually when we met, and...
we didn't meet in college, motherfucker. I met you when I was like 14 or 15.
We met when we were playing Halo 2.
That was 2002.
Oh, that was the original Xbox. But we got a lot of our gaming in during the 360
You're right.
era.
That's what I'm saying. So we got to at least talk about that era of gaming. But now that we're done with E3, we can actually be more personal.
Yeah.
You always want to make the podcast more personal.
Yeah. Everyone knows what's going on with E3 now. I think if you need coverage, go to IGN. Go to Kotaku.
Exactly.
Those guys got it unlocked.
We're going to do a little more personal today. Before we get on to everything, make sure you smash that like and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at
Game Genies Cast.
And then also you got your little spiel you want to say about the fucking podcast and what we do.
Game Genies is a dangerously cheesy podcast where we yell at each other so you don't have to. We use our lifetime's worth of gaming knowledge to give you insight into today's most interesting games. And if you already have that gaming knowledge,
go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
If you already know.
If you know that stuff, then you can go fuck yourself. Because, I mean, well, you shouldn't be listening to this.
And if you don't know, now you know, Nathan.
And if you don't know, Nathan?
Yeah.
Who's Nathan?
Just a guy.
Do you have some sort of rivalry, some beef with this guy that you want to bring to the forefront at the moment? What am I saying? God damn it. We're the only drunken podcast. What the fuck was your thing you wanted to say as well?
We're the only podcast with a drinking problem.
That was the one. We were trying to come up with these little like slogans today.
We were really coming up with them. I literally thought that to myself. I was like, we are a podcast with a drinking problem.
I mean, you say this last week. I didn't drink.
It seems like we're the only. Yeah, right. Okay.
Do you think we're the only podcast that's drinking while we're talking?
Most of the
podcasts. Does Joe Rogan not fucking drink while he's?
Joe Rogan sometimes does. Gaming podcast.
Okay.
So most of the gaming podcasts that we watch or listen to, I'm sorry.
You can watch them as well.
Most of the gaming podcasts that we listen to, you can also watch. And obviously we can see that they're not drinking. Whether they drink ahead of time or not, I'm not really sure.
It's more fun to drink during.
Right. We drink before and during.
And maybe a little bit after.
Today we drink a lot before and...
Well, you came into Austin. I took Fred to the motherfucking Jester King, which is one of my favorite breweries in town.
They have lots of sours, really good ones at that, and high alcohol, all of them.
Yeah, if you follow us on the Instagrams, you would see us there today with my dog Chewy, who is literally passed the fuck out to my right because he had a big day.
Yep. Chewy's day out.
Yep. I was about to fucking quote Baby's Day Out.
Hey.
Or at least the phrase. Look at that. You and me, like 2 and 3.
You know what I always remember about that movie?
The fucking baby?
No, the part where the guy eats his fingernail and then the guy goes, "Are you gonna swallow that or something?" And he goes, "No, I don't swallow parts of my body," or something like that. And he spits it out, and that like was a big part of the plot.
That fucking shitty line was a big part of the plot.
That's what I remember.
I was clapping for your great delivery on that. They might as well put you in the fucking movie.
You know where that's coming from? I saw that movie in theaters.
You saw Baby's fucking Day Out in theaters.
I was probably 8. I don't even know when that movie came out. Where the fuck is Jamie? You're fired.
Brandon's our version of Jamie, and he's already left.
He's fired.
Oh, he's back. He's running back.
When did Baby's Day Out come out?
When did Baby's Day Out? Get on it, Brandon. Baby's Day Out.
I'm gonna throw a number. I'm gonna say 97.
You're gonna say 97?
Motherfucker, Fred, if you saw that movie in 97, I'm gonna slap you.
Oh, it was 94. I was
Thank God.
Okay,
like,
94.
If you're at 90,
so I was 9 years old.
That was the same. 97 was the year ID4 or Independence Day, if you're a fucking lame-o, came out. So if you were watching Baby's Day Out while I was watching Independence Day, I would have been. I would have beat your ass.
I was 8 or 9 years old.
That's fine. I was actually at that time I watched Alien 3 in theaters. This is not a fucking movie podcast.
No, it's not. But by the way, the guy, the lead guy in House, the show House, was in that movie as like a side character.
Right. He was.
And the dude who played Ron Weasley's father in the Harry Potter movies was also in that movie.
Yeah, it was both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, are you're thinking of motherfucking? Oh, you're thinking of 101 Dalmatians, Fred. Look it up, Brandon.
He's thinking of 101. No, he's 100% thinking of 101.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Hugh Laurie and Ron Weasley's fucking father were both the like little gremlin fucking. I'd say gremlin.
This is why we do a video game podcast, not a movie.
I went to Hollywood Video for years, along with Brandon.
I couldn't even think of Johnny Trejo's name today.
It's Danny Trejo, and you still can't think about it. It's like and he's here in Austin. I believe he's in Austin tonight.
Well, here we go. I'm just proving myself right. That's all that I'm doing.
Let's do that little bit of transition music to do right motherfucking now. So we're going to talk about some tabletop games.
Let's get right into the tabletop games. First, what I want to hear is, what is it about tabletop games, and are there any ones other than the Fallout one that you're playing?
Yeah, so there's a ton of them that I'm playing right now, and I have a group of people who come over every other Sunday and play more of a RPG style game.
And we did one for like 3 years.
Yeah, we did a Fallout one actually for 3 years, but it was a fan made system as well. So this is where you're like rolling dice, but you're like making up what's happening, and so it's like a co-created story is how I like to look at it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he wrote the whole fucking thing essentially. It took him a long time, and my character was very reserved.